What up? What's going on? This is Loch. Follow me at Loch121 on social media. Subscribe, comment, like, share, all that. You know what I'm saying? That's at Loch121, LOCH121. I got to rock my Heisenberg shirt. You know what I'm saying? For this Breaking Bad episode. First, I want to say it's wild looking at this season and this show because a lot of these people are dead. And most of them is dead because of Walter White. So I find that shit to be quite hilarious. So let's get into this, man. This episode was wild. Like a this was like an episode of Breaking Bad, which a lot of episodes Better Call Saul are, but we are getting into the thick of it. So it starts off. You see Tio Hector Salamanca or whatever Salamanca go to see Don Eladio, I believe is how you say it. Also, couple of things. The name of this episode, Sabrosito, I believe. Let me make sure that's the name of the episode before I say it wrong. Yeah, Sabrosito is a person who is charismatic, focused, energetic, and an executive. So I'm guessing they're talking about Gus, but they also could be talking about Saul too, and Mike, but definitely Gus. You know what I'm saying? All right. So yes. And also I didn't know that Eladio meant Greek because at the beginning of this episode, you see Hector go and he meets with Don Eladio. And the first scene is a throwback to the scene where he, spoiler alert, I'm going to give y'all 5 seconds for a Breaking Bad spoiler alert if you didn't see it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In Breaking Bad, Don Eladio dies. And when he dies, he falls in the swimming pool. And that's the first scene of this episode is him diving into the swimming pool, and it's a throwback to when he gets killed later on by Gus. You know what I'm saying? All right, so he goes to see him, and Hector gives him some money. The money is rolled up in rubber bands, and then Bosa, who, if you don't know, Bosa is the dude who he was the in between the cartel and Gus, and he ended up getting killed by Gus. Gus sent them shooters at him because this was after Gus had got Hank shot and the cousins both killed. You know, one of them died there, the other one had a heart attack because Mike poisoned him. So he called Bosa. This was on Breaking Bad. Or Bosa called Gus and basically was like, "Yeah, I got heat on me, but after this heat, I know you did this, and we smoking you." And right then, as he on the phone, he got smoked, and I'm sure you know Gus did that. So that's Bosa. Bosa is there at the meeting. He brings Gus his money. Gus got the money all neat, wrapped up, and it's a lot more money. You know what I'm saying? So Gus is getting to the bread. He is getting that trap money for real out here. So yeah, so the Don tells Hector he needs to put his money and have it neat the same way Gus does. So Hector already does not like Gus. And if you recall, in 1989, far back, Gus came to see the cartel, and Hector is the one who smoked Max, who was Gus's partner. So yeah, Bosa and Hector helped do that. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, Gus has not liked the cartel at all. So boom. Um, Also, I didn't know that Eladio meant Greek. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so he has the Winking Greek is the name of the restaurant or whatever that are store that Hector has in New Mexico, and that's named after the Don Eladio. And then, of course, you have Los Polos Hermanos, and they call it Butt. Hector calls them the Butt Brothers, and that kind of leads to that theory that Gus may indeed be the homosexual, and Max was his partner, even though he got kids or whatever. All right, so the next thing you see is that Hector is salty, and he didn't even want to go eat or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to go chill with the boss, and Mosa told him, you better chill and show some respect. But the Salamancas seem like they plugged in. You know what I'm saying? So next we see that the DEA has raided Hector's store, the Wink and Greek, because of what Mike did, where he had some drugs put on top of the truck, that the shipment was coming in, that Hector's shipment was coming in. So the feds, the DEA they raid his spot. So I'm sure he wasn't too happy about that. And Mike was watching while all that was going on and all that, because Mike is a G. I hear rumors that Hank's voice may have been heard during that incident, but I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Mike is funny though. He'll sit there and talk to his damn daughter-in-law and grandchild while having somebody raided. You know what I'm saying? So, after a little brief little thing where Mike was chilling with his granddaughter and his what's the name? His daughter-in-law, you see the Goonies, Hector and his Goonies, come up in uh, Los Polos Hermanos, and they basically take the place kind of hostage. They take the employees hostage, and they threaten to take the customers hostage, but they let them go. And Nacho is there too. That's my man Nacho. So Lyle, everybody is laughing at Lyle, the manager, because he was shook up. This reminded me of Pulp Fiction, by the way, just off the strength. It was a fast food restaurant, and a dude was getting threatened and all that. What was real funny is the dude who was eating, and when the shit popped off and all the Goonies came in the restaurant, he got his tray and he was like, "Alrighty, well, I guess it's time to go." Yep. So that was funny. A couple of people, they was out of here, out of here. So yeah, that was funny though. Hector is a Goonie. Hector is an asshole. You know what I'm saying? He's a real dick. A major dick. Smoking cigars up in this motherfucker and all kind of shit. So right. Um, so Gus is actually like at the fire department or something, talking, and they, blowing him, talking about how he's a great guy and all that, not knowing that he's a damn meth kingpin. So Gus, he comes and he saves his people, and tells them that they could go, and they let the employees leave. So then, Gus has a talk with Hector, and Hector is in his office picking shit off of his shoe and flicking it onto Gus's desk, and just tells him basically, you're going to, transport and package my shit the same way you do, and that's how it's going down, and this is under my orders. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that happened. Hector came, and then Hector bounced out, and then they tried to pay Mike for doing that, and Mike refused to take the money, and it was Victor who, Victor from Box Cutter, but Mike, he didn't take the money. He gave the money back. Like the dude came through the toll thing he works at. He came in, gave him the money, and when he came out, Mike gave him the money back, because Mike, well, we'll get into that later on, but he has a reason for why why he gave it back. So the next day, Gus comes in and he gives his employees a pep talk and a story about how basically he says when he lived in Mexico, these people tried to extort him, but now he's in America and they don't have the power. But basically, he's telling the real story, but leaving out the fact that he's a meth dealer and yeah, he sells a bunch of meth and we'll clap you and we'll slice your throat if it come down to it. And he did give them 24 hours of overtime. 24 hours, that's time and a half, bro. They checks are gonna be crazy. Crazy. They checks are gonna be crazy. For real. So yeah, Gus is the man though. Gus smoothed all that out. So then we get to the Jimmy part. We forgot that this show is about Saul. It's called Better Call Saul. And as you see Kim tracks down whatever door repairman is coming to fix what's his name? Chuck Chuck Boy's door. And we don't know what that's about. And later on uh they have Mike go and act like he's fixing the door. You know what I'm saying? And he goes in there, he's messing with the drill, and the drill scares Chuck. It just annoys him, and he keeps zzz, zzz, and he takes a bunch of pictures in the house. You know what I'm saying? So then you see Walt. I mean, I'm sorry, you see Saul and Mike meet up, and I believe that they meet up at that same diner from Breaking Bad, if I'm not mistaken, that was featured in Breaking Bad before, where but I could be mistaken. I want to say it's where Walt met up with the gun guy, but I'm not sure. So I'm not gonna put that on him. Mike is up here reading handyman books. I don't know what he must have some more handyman problems. Uh, Mike is the man. He handles everything that needs to be handled. Mike killed so many people in Breaking Bad. It's hard to believe how cool he is in this. You know what I'm saying? So Gus came and offers Mike a job, and basically he says, you know, he thanks him for what he did with the truck, and he offers him a job, and Mike says no. And I think that Mike still has it in for Hector. And basically, Gus tells him to chill. We gonna do something worse, you know what I'm saying? Just kill him, you know what I'm saying? He deserves worse than that because he's still salty about Max. And that's dope too because their face off reminds me of when Walt had met up with Gus and Gus threatened him. So it kind of reminds me of that, except it's a different scenario. So then you see like a hearing with and um, Chuck and Saul, and Kim is there, and the dude from H&M is there, and the lawyer, she funny. I think she from that show Vice Principal on HBO, and she just this real. She's very thorough black woman, you know what I'm saying? And she forced Saul to apologize. And basically Saul said, Chuck, you're gonna die alone because you're a prick. And yeah, that was cool. And when they left, Kim somehow got Chuck to say that the original tape, was under lock and key. He confessed that Saul took the original, I mean the duplicate, and that he had the original, and he calls it lock and key. And then they both walk out. I mean, when they walk out, Kim says, bingo. So I got a couple of theories, you know what I'm saying, about that. That's where this episode ends at, with them walking out looking like some kind of 80s team, legal team. So Kim, I believe, this is my theory, is that they're going to take the tape because it's probably in a safe, because he said lock and key, and they're going to re-edit the tape and change it to something else. Either they're gonna damage it to where it cuts off, or they're gonna totally have Saul say something else, something that maybe even incriminates Chuck. You know what I'm saying? But they're planning something, and I can't think of why they would be taking pictures and what the plan is other than that. But it also could be, something else. But it would be like kind of suspect to break into that crib again after, he just broke into that crib. That's the whole issue. Chuck is petty as hell. He made them pay like $2 extra or something from the amount they said. You know what I mean? He hella petty. I think that so as far as I think that Gus is the reason why Hector is in a wheelchair. I think he does something to him, and that's why he's in the wheelchair. This is dope because you would almost think they planned out Better Call Saul while making Breaking Bad. Now, because we kind of with Gus, we was focused on Walt. We kind of came into that beef like, boom, this beef is on. And I never really understood that relationship. So I take it that because Albuquerque is the cartel's territory, and they already have prior business with uh, Gus, somehow Gus is forced to pay just off the strength that they won that town as far as the drugs. And now, sometime after 89, they decided to enter into the meth business. I'm not sure if Tio, Hector, and them sell meth right now on Better Call Saul, but I'll say maybe they do at that point. I would say probably. So yeah, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see what's gonna happen with Nacho. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I think that Mike, it may end up working for Gus. That's not hard to figure out. This is dope though. Like I said, most of these people are dead by Walter White's hand. You know what I'm saying? He killed a lot of people on this show. Tuco got killed by Hank because of Walt. Hector bombed Gus. So yeah, Walt did that. Um, shit. Yeah, the Don died because of Gus, though. But all these people are dead ultimately, and it's crazy too because it's like you see it from a different angle. Gus had Walt and Jesse under pressure. The cartel has Gus under pressure. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is wow. This is dope. This is dope. I love this episode. This was very Breaking Bad. You got Bosa, who is also the dude who ordered the hit on Tortuga, I believe. That's the famous scene with my man Danny Trejo, aka Machete, head got put on a turtle, and then that blew up and it killed a federal agent, and it led to Hank kind of still having post-traumatic issues or whatever. So yeah, this was deep. We're creeping up on seeing Walter, man. We gonna see Walter White, man. We gonna see Walter. But yeah, I'm out, man. I don't know if I left anything out. Hopefully not. I'm gonna do a quick check to make sure I didn't. That black lady is hella funny though. That black lady who is the lawyer, Chuck's lawyer, or whatever man, she is funny. I wonder what that Los Polos Hermanos food really tastes like. Is it good? You know what? Because of the fact that Gus is so thorough, I believe that chicken is good, man. By the way, we know nothing about Gus. His history is that he comes from Chile, but we don't know why the cartel don't kill him. He got some respect from whatever he did before. I don't know what he did though. A lot of people think that Gus's whole backstory is fake though, because there's not a lot of Afro Latinos in Chile. But I do think that Gus definitely has some strong political and criminal ties. Also, I think what's interesting, if I recall correctly, this is season 3 of Better Call Saul. Three of season three of Breaking Bad also features a pool. It's a lot of pools. Pools play important parts. Skylar walks into a pool. The Don falls in a pool. Things fall in the pool after the fire, after the airplane crash. Spoiler alert. Yeah, that's wild, man. So yeah, I think that I pretty much covered everything that needs to be covered. Anything else, if I forgot, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. This is Loch. Follow me at Loch121. That's LOCH121. Hashtag viral munchies. Check out the links in my description. Check out my other videos. Peep my music and all that. And yeah, Better Call Saul, man. Oh, I love it. I want to see if Saul becomes Saul Goodman also. And another prediction, if they edit the tape, Chuck will go slap crazy. Everybody will be confused. But then I'm like, people have heard that audio, so it might be kind of hard to do. I don't know what the plan is. I'm out, man. Better Call Saul. I'm about to start doing Fargo. I've been slipping. Peace.